Hey guys, this is HomeGirl from the Hamptons, and I'm coming to you today. Welcome to all of my new users and my new followers and subscribers. Coming to you today with some other stuff. We're going to talk about some other stuff, okay? And I'm going to touch upon a subject that has to deal with the quest to be happy and to stay happy. As you know, that's one of my charges and one of my goals and things that I'm doing daily in my work in progress and in my transformation is that I have just said and I've made a statement that I will be happy and I will stay happy. That's what I'm going to do. Without a doubt, I am going to be happy and stay happy. And we've talked about several ways in which we can do that. But one of the topics that I've never ever dealt with is relationships. I've never really talked about relationships, and that basically is a very important topic that I have to talk about. And I haven't talked about it, and I've been fearful of it because of the fact that I haven't been very successful in relationships in the past, and I just felt that because I wasn't successful that it wouldn't be very good for me to give advice or give encouragement to anyone regarding relationships. But what I've come to understand and what I've come to know and what I believe is that I do have something to say that can be helpful and valuable to others when it comes to relationships. And so I'm going to be the homegirl that talks on relationships, coming from a sister that has been through a lot of stuff and still is working on it and still trying to get it together. So the first thing that I want to talk about today is you really have to question, and you may say, okay, this sounds like really simplistic here, but I'm going to say it. Do I really want to be in a relationship with another person? I'm quiet for a reason, because you really have to think about it from that standpoint. Do I want to be in a relationship with another person? It's not a simple question. It's a very complex question. And we don't realize it because we jump in and out of relationships like it's nothing. With not really questioning within ourselves is, do we even want to be in a relationship with a person? Or are we really are happy being single? And that's what we want to do, because let me tell you, relationships take work. If you want to be in a very well-balanced, loving, long-lasting relationship with another individual, it takes work. And you got to know that going into any type of relationship, that number one, it takes work, it takes time, it takes commitment from each person in both people in the relationship. It takes all of that and more. So the first question that you have to really ask yourself is, do I want to be in a relationship? Because if you don't have the time to put in that relationship, or you have the time to spend with that person, or if you're not willing to compromise, or if you have other things that are a priority in your life, then you may not be ready for a relationship. And that's okay. That's okay. That's a choice that you make. But to just jump into something without really answering that question is a mistake. And I know that from the past, is that I really have to question myself. I'm thinking about just my life and the things that I'm doing and the things that I'm into is, do I really want to be in a relationship? Do I have the time to have a relationship with someone? And, you know, those types of things, because it's not just the, you know, lovey-dovey type of thing. You know, all of that stuff is just on the surface. When you get real down deep into what a relationship is, a loving relationship between two individuals that, you know, care about each other, that are committed to each other, that's work. That's work. That's time. That's another thing that's in your life that you have to make space for. You know, and if you are a person that's, say for instance, in school, or you have children, or you have, this, that, the other that you're trying to do in your life, you got to really question, am I ready for a relationship? Do I really want a relationship at this point in time in my life? Or maybe I need to just, be single and date. Date, and that's it. Just date, or not really get in a committed type of relationship, or just go out with individuals for just companionship and that type of thing. And but my point is that the first question that one must ask themselves is, do I really want to be in a relationship? Can I commit to the relationship? Look within yourselves, look at your life, look at your goals, look at what it is, and you can choose, make the choice. Think about it. Just don't jump in. Think about it. And that's where I am right now, is that I'm thinking about, and I'm looking at my life now. There are so many individuals that I know, and I used to look at some of my friends that are married and they're divorced now, or the ones that are still married, and they're like, and I could never understand why they would say, girl, you better, you just don't know. You got it made, you're single, or people that are divorced or whatever, they may say, well, I don't have to be married. And I would look at them and I would kind of be offended. I was like, how dare you say that to me? You've been married, you're in it. I've never been that. And so how can you say that to me, and that sort of thing. But I understand, because relationships are work. And I can understand how some people can just throw up their hands and say, no, this is not for me, and just walk away, because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of commitment, it's a lot of time, and you really got to know what you're doing when you're jumping in to a relationship that you want, to really work, and you want something to come out of it. There's a lot that has to be done. And when I'm saying a lot that has to be done, I'm not really talking about with the other person per se, but a lot that you have to do with yourself to ready yourself for, number one, the relationship. Also, there's a lot that you have to compromise. You have to be not selfish, you have to be unselfish. It's in the Bible, it talks about mirroring the life of Christ, what Christ did for us, and the marriage is like a typeset of what Christ did for us, in the love that he has for us. And that's big. So honestly, the thing that I just want to leave with you is, if you're thinking about a relationship, or if you're in a relationship now and things are not going well, or if you're thinking about getting into a relationship, really question and look within yourself and say, answer the question, do I want to be in a relationship? Dig deep within yourself. And this is not something that you're going to answer right away. This is something that is going to take time for you to answer that question. Really think about it. Do I really want to be in a relationship? And once you have that answer, if that answer is yes, that you do, then be in it all the way. Put your whole heart in it. Be committed. Be selfless, not selfish, and move forward. So hopefully this was helpful to some, and that's what was on my mind today. And we're going to talk more about relationships and what working on getting ready for a relationship, what you have to do for that, what working on getting ready for relationships and things of that sort, things you can do, how do you prepare for that. So, as always, peace.